Yeah, I was ready, they didn't have my back. They was petty, I stayed in my bed. On that petty, I brought it right back.
Said we don't want her, she shot her dog. They say Rubio was speaking French. And then they said Brian Donalds was selling pizza outside the chicken joint. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? Y'all know I got this started off on some crazy stuff. Y'all know I'm feeling good today, and I hope everybody else is feeling good. My beautiful patriots, my brothers and sisters, beautiful people around the world, man. I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. Trump's VP. Trump's VP. Let's read some of these comments, man, before we just jump straight in. It's not about Trump's 4 years. It's about the next 20. VP does matter. Trump needs someone sharp, not afraid to stand up to the media. America first. I was a fan of Tim Scott. Then he voted to pass every single Ukraine. Yeah. Rubio is up. No. A lot of this stuff, y'all know I can't say word for word unless it, I have to be careful, you know what I'm saying? But this is why we have a comment section. So please comment down below, my beautiful patrons. Let your voices be heard. The comment section is not strict, but the things that I say on my video is a little more stricter. Y'all know this. But a lot of people are saying no to Rubio. But like our boy Benny and other creators and other people that do the the so-called how would I say this that basically whatever they say it kind of is true or it does come to pass. A lot of people are saying Marco Rubio, and people are saying that but then I see my comment section, like I say, we were over on the side of Brian Donalds. We kind of got mixed blood with Tim. Tim wouldn't be bad, but then some people are like, no. We've seen a lot of Vivek, Ramaswamy, what's her name? That she shot her dog, so everybody just, we just took that. Trump just said, no, we're getting her out the. They walked her out the door. Then we got Carlson, So, it's a lot of good names, man. But comment down below what y'all think. Like I said, a lot of people are talking about Vivek, like I say. But, man. But everybody has just been slashing Benny, saying no to Rubio. No to Rubio. Yo, grandmama, she used to be a... Shout out to grandma, man. She was a real one, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, man. Shout out to all our elderly out there. Everybody got to understand, man. Pretty soon we all got to get old and pass away in this body. So I encourage y'all to spread the love, man. We all getting old as we speak. You see, my beard done already grew back in. I just cut it last week. I just paid my barber almost $200. The world is going to complete, the dump truck just keep coming around, man, picking up the trash, Like, when can the haircuts go back to, $15, $20? When times was good, when you could actually walk inside the corner store and get your Coca-Cola in the glass bottle, a bag of M&Ms, get your lottery ticket, $5 on pump 2. When can we get back to those times, man? People were actually smiling, proud to wake up. Proud to take their kids out on a trip. When can we get back to those times, man? Damn. But Benny's title is, wow, Trump just used my tweet to announce his vice president pick. Let's check this out, you guys. Link will be in the description box down below. And again, I encourage you guys to spread the love, man. You never know what somebody's going through, what they're battling with, what they're dealing with, what they're healing from. So please spread the love. Check up on your loved ones. Call them, text them, give them a hug if they're around you. When you go out in the public, smile, crack jokes. You know what I'm saying? Lift people up if you can. Any chance you get to lift somebody up or be a blessing, go for it. Please, I encourage you to do that. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. And right now, it's not the American dream anymore. It's the American nightmare. And we're ready to crack open the code in November. And again, I know whatever Trump decision he makes on this pick, we know it's going to be the right decision. I love y'all, man. But let's jump straight in, man. And make sure y'all drop a like on the video. Let's see what Benny's up to and what he's talking about in this one. Come to find out, everybody on my channel loves Benny. To agree and disagree with him. Everybody loves Benny, come to find out.
Most definitely.
Chris, I need to talk to you real quick. That wasn't the girl I wanted to give it to.
The intro's never disappeared.
Forgot.
Our apologies for making you wait tonight.
I accidentally called out the wrong name. I'm very embarrassed to tell you this.
Thank you.
When you're ready.
It's the fact that he has Elon Musk in the intro too. Oh my goodness.
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. We often say that the VP stakes for Donald Trump's campaign is very much like The Apprentice, but little did we know when we started to make that comparison that we were dead on, and that Donald Trump would start using our content in the VP stakes. Here we go, getting ahead of myself. What did we see this weekend? We saw this weekend at Mar-a-Lago a unified Republican Party. Okay, you see Michael Whatley here. He's the new GOP chairman for the Republican Party. We saw a unified Republican Party on stage. Now, you might hate that, okay? I don't like Speaker Mike Johnson at all. There's some of these people I don't really like that much. But I got to tell you, this is like every wing of the Republican Party presented on stage. Now, you see Vivek standing right behind Trump, J.D. Vance, Tim Scott. You can see Doug Burgum here, along with Byron Donalds, Elise Stefanik, and Marco Rubio was there. He must not have been on stage for this photograph. This looks like a bunch of members of the House. Right. Well, we have a senator. I guess you have two or three senators there. So, and then Mike Lee with his brand new bald haircut.
All these names have been in my comment section like crazy. Like I said, we've seen Brian Donalds the most. We've seen a couple JD Vance comments. We've seen a lot of Vivek comments. And Tim Scott as well. But then we see a lot of if. And as far as Rubio, we've seen a couple say yeah, but I've seen a lot of no in my comment section too. So y'all, again, comment down below, you guys. Let your voices be heard.
Anyway, you have more than 5 of the VP contenders here on stage with Trump. And this was the photo that Michael Whatley put up and said, hey, thank you, President Trump, for hosting the RNC at Mar-a-Lago. The Republican Party is unified to win big on November 5th. Okay, so it's good to a lot of people calling for unity. I think it's very smart politically. And obviously, there should be unity in the Republican Party. I mean, we're 6 months away from a presidential election. And, well, we're fighting demonic Marxists. And so, you should, like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of thing, right? We'll do the infighting after we win. Little did we know that when we tweeted, is Donald Trump's VP pick on stage, that Donald Trump would post it. Look at this. So Donald Trump on Truth Social, here's the original post. Donald Trump screenshotted our tweet and then popped it up on Truth Social, saying, is Donald Trump's VP on stage? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Trump with no comment, but is effectively saying, yes, presumably, the vice president is on stage here. Well.
Trump is up to something, man. We love it.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are part of the Veep stakes. So there are some really interesting reports out from Mar-a-Lago. According to Sophia Kai, who is a national news reporter for Axios. Axios, I hate half of what they do, and then half of what they do is really, really great reporting. So I wish they would just cut off the performative activist class leftist garbage and just do straight reporting. This is straight reporting, and it's really good, actually. Okay, Trump's real-time VP reviews per Mar-a-Lago audio obtained by Axios. So this was the setup here. The setup was that Donald Trump had a bunch of VP people come in and give speeches on stage at Mar-a-Lago. The RNC had their meeting there, and the VP choices were sort of auditioning for Trump, a la The Apprentice. No idea yet whether they're going to have to go to excursions or special side quest projects for Trump. I don't know. But here are the Trump audio VP reviews. So I guess somebody was recording Trump, or better yet, maybe Trump recorded Trump and sent it to Axios for publication. I don't know. Haven't had a chance to ask about this one. Here we go. Senator Marco Rubio. His name is coming up a lot for vice president, says Trump. Senator Tim Scott. As a candidate, he did a good job, but as a surrogate, he's unbelievable. Okay. This is really important. Obviously, you need somebody to be able to make Trump's message alongside of Trump, right? Something that Mike Pence was so terrible at. Senator J.D. Vance. He wasn't a supporter of mine at the very beginning. Anyway, I got to know him a little bit. As a non-politician, he'd become one of the greatest senators. Mike Lee, I love your haircut, and is a good man too. Mike Lee is, he went, Mr. Clean. He went full bald. So Marsha Blackburn, when she ran in 2018, she was like the Energizer Bunny. She would go from stop to stop to stop. Doug Burgum, I didn't know this. He was a supporter of mine. 2 campaigns. He's a very rich man. Okay. Kristi Noem, somebody that I love. She's been with me, a supporter of mine, and been a supporter of hers for a long time. Elise Stefanik, very smart person. She's upstate New York. When I met her, little did I know she'd be such a big factor. Rep. Byron Donalds, somebody who's created something very special politically. I like diversity. Diversité, as you would say. I like diversité.
Diversité.
Worth millions of dollars. All want a piece of Byron. Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, is Byron Donalds worth millions of dollars? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Never asked. Obviously, he's been a friend of the show. Wesley Hunt, another friend of mine, makes best commercials. Beautiful family. There you go. Rep. Michael Waltz, a man who knows more about the military. When I want to know about the military, I call him. The one that really stands out here is Marco Rubio, where Donald Trump just straight up says vice president. The term vice president. This is the response to Marco Rubio. And a lot of people have been saying that Trump is eyeing Marco Rubio as the VP pick. And a lot of people are obviously pointing to the fact that Donald Trump is already winning by a pretty wide margin here against Joe Biden. And if you want to blow Joe Biden out of the water, if you want a landslide, then you pick...
We're going to crack open a cold one in November. Y'all, we got the cooler ready already, y'all. I went to the station. I threw the ice in the back of the tailgate. I didn't even pay for it because that shit was too high. It was like $8, $9. I think the big bag was $20. That's too much for a bag of ice. So I just threw it in the back of the tailgate and I got it to the house, y'all. We got the cooler with the ice in there. Yeah, we didn't pick up that Bud Light either. We didn't get Bud Light now. We did not pick up Bud Light. We got everything else except for Bud Light now. So if we have any patriots that are upset that we didn't grab Bud Light, you're gonna have to deal with it now. You're gonna have to suck it up. Stop crying.
A sort of consensus candidate like Marco Rubio, right? Many people are, many people in the reporting class are writing that Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance, but Marco Rubio would likely be the favorite, but has a constitutional residency issue, meaning that the president and the vice president can't be from the same state. So how do you get around that? Marco Rubio was asked this weekend.
Spending time with President Trump, everyone says you're on his VP shortlist, but that there may be a technical glitch with having 2 people from the same state when it comes down to an electoral college vote. Would you leave the state of Florida or change your residency if you were asked to join the ticket?
Well, first of all, the vice presidential choice for Donald Trump is going to be made by one person, and that's Donald Trump. And all this other stuff is just speculation. And I get it. Political reporters have to cover political topics. The primary's over. The general's 6 months away. So they're going to speculate on the VP thing. Here's the good news, and I saw it this weekend. The amount of talent that we have in the Republican Party is extraordinary. He doesn't just have a bunch of choices for VP. He has a bunch of choices for cabinet. He's going to have an extraordinary group of talented people that can serve this country in multiple roles. And that's a decision he's going to have to make. And I would just say, forget leaving me aside for a moment. I think that before anyone decides to move from their state, you better make sure you move to a state where there's not some DA that makes a career after going after Republicans. Because what we're seeing all over the country right now is the weaponization of our criminal justice system, not just to go after Donald Trump, which is now well documented, right? You have a Biden supporting judge, a Biden prosecutor in the most liberal county in America on ridiculous charges. And the rest of the world is watching that saying, you know, this is the stuff that America used to sanction other countries for doing.
Okay.
Well, it's happening here in America. But I think that that's something that we need to be focused on, because I do think that has an impact on people's thinking about getting into politics.
Oh man, him saying that to put a lot of y'all on his side, huh? A lot of y'all said, man, Marco got his head on straight, don't he? All right, this might not be a bad idea.
Listen, this is very interesting. Marco Rubio giving the non-answer answer there. The non-answer answer after multiple news reports, including Bloomberg, said he's on the finalist 4 list. The final 4: Marco Rubio, Doug Burgum.
He got to play it smart. That's how he's looking at it. You know, we're not gonna answer. You know, we're gonna just go around it. And while we go around it, we gotta at least try to make ourselves look good. Call the facts out. Yeah.
Tim Scott and J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance asked about that final list.
Being vetted? Are you having conversations about joining the ticket?
You know, I talked to President Trump a lot. We're very close. I've never spoken to him about being vice president, so I assume that a lot of this is media speculation. Of course, if he asked me, I'd have to think seriously about it, because I think it's really important that he win. The world is on fire, and I sort of see Donald Trump as a bit of a fireman.
Okay.
The world is on fire. And Trump got the extinguisher.
Dude. All right, so Tim Scott went on corporate media, went on MSNBC, NBC, and got the same question. It was a great interview all around, but here we go.
Donald Trump. But just to be very clear, it didn't come up at all? Do you think you're on the short list?
No, ma'am, it did not come up. African American unemployment rate is 6.4 today.
But what about being VP? What about being President Trump's VP? Did it come up at all? Do you think you're on the short list?
I hope that the president will choose a person who helps the country unite and heal. I certainly expect to have a decision from President Trump in the next 60 days or so, but he did not bring it up. I certainly didn't bring it up. I'm excited that in this nation, a poor kid from South Carolina could rise to the level of being a United States Senator. It just tells me that all things are possible for kids growing up in poverty today. Listen to the show and know that all things are possible for your future.
So this was the article that was being referred to here. Trump auditioned VP pick before wealthy donors. Vance, Rubio, Burgum, and Scott are the leading contenders. Trump says he will announce a running mate in July. So we still have a few months before we get probably a pick. What did Donald Trump have to say about this reporting?
My favorite for what? Who's my favorite for vice president? Well, I'll be making that determination sometime prior to the convention.
Yeah, so Donald Trump, everyone's staying very tight-lipped, and everyone is demurring. Every candidate is saying, oh, hold on. No. We're going to talk about something else here. Byron Donalds was actually my favorite hit from the weekend. Byron Donalds is a superstar and a absolute baller out of Florida. I think he has a huge career ahead of him, huge groundswell of support, making all the right political moves, along with coming on our show, of course, and being a friend of our show. Byron Donalds showing exactly what you do when you're asked a question like this.
But this weekend, he was able to go down to Mar-a-Lago for a major donor retreat featuring a handful of prospective VP possibilities. I know you were there. Congressman, talk to me about the state of the Trump campaign, considering what they're up against when your candidate can't travel, can't do events, can't fundraise. Still looks like a very strong showing. What'd you see?
Well, first, the campaign is in great shape. The president is in great spirits, even though he's having to deal with these crazy Biden trials that have all been pulled together by Joe Biden and the crazy Democratic left. But look, you got to understand a couple of things. Donald Trump is he's not gonna wither under these attacks. It's only going to make him stronger. And the polling demonstrates this. We're now leading in all of the battleground states because the people are seeing that Donald Trump has the strength to to stand against the radical left, and America remembers what his presidency was all about. So I would implore Americans, make sure you get out there, you vote for Donald Trump. We need strength on the world stage. We need strength here at home. Joe Biden's been a disaster of a president. And so when you were there this weekend with a lot of people supporting the president, over 400 people coming to support the president and the Republican National Committee, it demonstrates the strength and the resolve. You couple that with poll numbers, and then, of course, the reality that Joe Biden, the master of disaster himself, is the very worst president our country has seen. That is why people are rallying around President Trump.
Byron Donald is correct. Look at this new poll out from. This was published. This was published seconds ago, literally seconds ago. Trump, 10 points over Biden. This is the national general election. Trump 12 points over Biden when you include third-party candidates like West and Stein and RFK Jr. This is gonna be a landslide. As long as Republicans make smart choices and unify. And I think this is going to be a sea change election. I think this is going to be the end, ladies and gentlemen, of the woke moment. You're starting to see that all across culture, politics, Hollywood, the recording industry. Everyone is kind of done. Everyone's kind of sick of it. Everyone's had like a good solid dose of wokeness. Yeah. And they're saying this is it. We're finished with this garbage. Donald Trump using our tweets to project who he will be nominating as VP. We're here for it.
We're here for it, baby. Who y'all think, man? Comment down below right now. Comment down below right now, my beautiful patriots. And I'm wishing you all an amazing week, that your week is starting off well and that it ends well, man. I love you guys, man. I encourage y'all to spread the love to one another. You never know what somebody's going through, especially in these crazy times that we're living in. The world is on fire. But pretty soon, Trump and them first responders is coming through there. And we're going to get this fire out of here, baby. And we're going to crack open a cold one in November. We did not bring Bud Light now. I ain't going to say it again. I know some of y'all be asking for that Bud Light. We left it at the store. I love you guys, man. God bless all you beautiful people around the world. And I'll catch my beautiful brothers and sisters, my beautiful patriots, in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.